Just the audio. So first I have to ask you, do you agree to be recorded during this interview?
Yes.
Okay. And please state your full name and your credentials.
So it's John Candias, and police officer and United States Army Sergeant Major.
Okay. Now, first off, do you think genetics have anything to do with criminal behavior at all?
I would say yes, because some people have like certain proclivities towards certain types of characteristics, behavior characteristics. Somebody could be, for example, obsessive compulsive about something and require medication.
Yeah.
And then that medication can actually compel them or persuade them to towards another drug, and that could be a criminal drug in itself. That criminal drug then becomes addictive, and then that behavior has to be supported and funded by maybe burglary, robberies, and things like that. So that's one way to do it.
Now, do you think environmental surroundings like have anything to do with criminal behavior?
Absolutely, because you have like certain demographics about that you're born into.
Yeah.
So if you're raised in Chicago in the projects, and you weren't born a criminal, let's say, but everybody around you is doing crime to survive, you assimilate to that sort of behavior, and whether it's in junior high school or high school, and it almost becomes a survival skill that you adopt in order to survive on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, sure. It can contribute.
Do you think therapy could help?
Absolutely. Counseling, mentoring, whether it's with a coach, sports, or professional, therapists, psychotherapists, things like that, they can definitely give you coping mechanisms on how to not to do that particular behavior for positive outcomes.
Do you think, like when someone goes to prison, do you think it assists them or does it worsen their situation being secluded for so long?
I think maybe short term, I would say 6 months could be a potential rehabilitator, maybe a year, but anything beyond that, I think they become dependent on the institution and hardened, and then they end up probably getting institutionalized in their mindset, and they can't really operate outside after that. So probably more negative than positive.
Negative, yeah. How big of childhood abuse, how big do you think that is towards adulthood and their aggressive behavior?
So it's huge. It's like there's so much research that shows, whether it's a sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental, any type of abuse at home from the parents or family members, it erodes trust in people, and then that trust is then exacerbated or eroded once they get into the high school levels and in real life situations. They have a hard time adapting to social situations in a positive way.
Definitely, yeah. And how about PTSD? Do you think that has any correlation?
In terms of them already having it, or they'll get PTSD from being in a particular environment, or from the abuse?
Well, both ways, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Because once somebody experiences a traumatic situation, whether it's a car accident or the shock of uncle molesting them, they can certainly suffer from that, and they may not ever come back from it.
Definitely.
And they just have they wanted it all end, and they're not able to get. It erodes their resiliency at the end of the day.
Now, what exactly is the difference? The exact definition between a killer and a serial killer? What makes a serial killer?
Yeah, so a sociopath. So sociopathic behavior is like somebody that just does not have any connection or any care or concern for the consequences.
Yeah.
They can't see past right now. They have to kill, and that's a sociopath, and they don't have any remorse for it, anything like that. A serial killer will just keep doing it over and over. Whereas a murderer, some people do it out of spite, emotional distress, immediate, or they see it as an immediate need or fix. And typically it's a one-time thing. But the serials, completely sociopaths.
Have you ever experienced